Hi, I'm Angie. I want to welcome you to National Indoor RV Centers, where we specialize in the sales, storage, service, and detailing of only high-end new and used coaches. So basically, we do it all. Hi, I'm Angie with National Indoor RV Centers, and today I'm super excited to show you the 2021 Newmar Bay Star. So this is the floor plan 3124. You're gonna love it. I can't wait to show you all the features of that. So that means it's 31 feet long, 11 inches, and then you've got 12 feet, 8 inches tall. Now this has the beautiful masterpiece finish, full painted graphics. So this is this sterling exterior behind me. You have two other options that you can choose from. Or if you come to National Indoor RV Centers, we're happy to work with you on picking your own custom paint, which there's a little bit of an extra charge for, but we are happy to do that and make your coach totally unique. So all new for 2021, you're gonna love this. We've now gone from the Ford V10 engine to the Ford V8. So this is the Ford F53 V8 engine, 7.3 liter. We've got 350 horsepower and 468 engine torque. So I always say in my videos that you need to come and test drive the coach, but this time I really mean it, and I'm probably gonna keep saying this. This has a lot more power, better handling. It's just great to drive. So you can't really feel the difference unless you come out and take one for a test drive. Since this is a Class A gas coach, our engine is up front. So we're gonna go ahead and do all the guy talk right now. All right, so let's talk about what's under the hood here. Got our little holder, and we'll go from this side over. So we're going to start here. This is the reservoir for our windshield wiper fluid. Then right below that we have the hydraulic leveling system. Above that we have our power steering fluid. And right back here is the oil fill for our engine. And I'll show you where the dipstick is in just a second. This is the engine air filter. Then we have our cooling package, is what I like to call it, because we have our oil cooler, our trans cooler, radiator, and condenser. Here we've got our two house batteries. Now we have two more house batteries that I'll show you as we go back because we've upgraded the package here. So two house batteries and our chassis battery. Then just above here we've got our oil dipstick and our trans dipstick here, and our engine coolant. All right, here we have the power distribution box for the Ford chassis, and then just above that we've got the Newmar power box with your fuses for inside and for the chassis and for inside the coach as well. So to protect Newmar's beautiful masterpiece finish, full painted graphics with clear coat, we've got the Dura Shield on the front. That's going to help protect your coach. Another thing that you want to do every time you get to a campground, you want to take out your hose, make sure you hose off that front cap and try to get the bugs off. Even with the shield, there are some pesky bugs that will like to eat through that. So you want to protect your paint at all costs. Again, we have the Ford V8 engine. I also wanted to mention that this on the Bay Star 30 to 33 foot floor plans, you're going to have a 22,000 pound chassis. That's going to go up according to the length of the coach. Then we've got our exterior mirrors. These are internally controlled and heated, and these are lifesavers. When you're driving, when I'm doing my test drive, you'll see that top part of the mirror you can adjust from inside. The bottom part you have to adjust out here, but those are lifesavers. I'm telling you, you're never going to have to worry about being in trouble in a coach as long as you use those mirrors and take your time. No rushing when you're RVing. You're just supposed to be having fun. Now we've got our Carefree awning. I'll demonstrate that in just a little bit. And we've got the little latch here that's going to hold the door open when we're camping. If we want to have just the screen open, keep that door open so it's not going back and forth, slamming shut. You can hold that open here. So we have the 235 Michelin tires with the Alcoa Durabright rims. So you don't need to polish those, just wash them, let them go. They're going to be beautiful. Now, one thing I want to talk to you about that's super important with any RV that you're driving is that you want to get Retroband. Retroband is a product that's sold exclusively by National Indoor RV Centers, but it's a spare within your tire. So when you, if you happen to have that front end blowout, you're going to feel an immediate drop With Retroband inside, it sits above the rim, so you're not going to feel that drop. So make sure that you check out my video on Retroband and give us a call at National Indoor RV Centers if you'd like to add that to your coach. Again, Newmar doesn't know how to make a cheap coach. This is their entry level, the Bay Star Sport and the Bay Star, their entry level gas coaches. But these coaches are made on the same line that the King Air is made on. So you can have a Bay Star going down, being constructed, and then a King Air. The walls are the same thickness. They have the aluminum studs, 16-inch on center, with the insulation, batten insulation in the roof. Just a very high quality coach. It's nice that Newmar gives us a porch light right when you go into your front door. That's great for security and just for safety. And then we have our dual pane tinted frameless windows all the way around the coach, just gives you that lovely exterior. Then we've optioned in the Truma AquaGo, which is your continuous hot water heater. Again, that's an option that you can add. All right, let's check out our storage compartments. So behind door number 1 here, you can see we've got our 2,000 watt inverter. Now on this Bay Star, we opted in the 2 inverter option, which upgrades our inverter because we want one for the bedroom and we want one for the residential refrigerator. So then we have a nice big storage compartment here, even with some cubbies kind of in the back, which is really nice. And we've got lighting here in the storage bay as well. We've fully loaded up this Bay Star, so we opted in for the exterior TV. And you can see that we have the Samsung 32-inch TV, and it comes out so that you can direct that away from the sun and towards your guests, which is a really nice option. And then it just tucks right back inside when you're done. You also have 2 USB inputs here and 1 10 outlet. This is our exhaust for our furnace, and then we have a storage compartment here. We have a drain there for our freshwater tank, and our freshwater tank is going to be behind this panel here. It's nice, even though there's not much space in there. I've seen RVers get really creative with how they store their goods. So I have people that will actually use Velcro and then hang cords and hoses in these kind of compartments. One of the things that you ought to go check out is my RVing 101 video. I have a 4-part series that starts from me prepping the coach, taking the coach on a trip, and then hooking up and then unhooking everything when I'm ready to leave the campground for new RVers. So it's a great series for first-time RVers so that they can kind of start to learn what they don't know, and maybe for those experienced RVers, maybe you'll learn something new, or maybe you can email me and teach me something new. So here we have another nice big storage compartment, nice and deep. And then if you look down in here, we've got the slide out control for the bedroom. We have our, this is optioned in with the heat pads for the holding tanks. We've got 2 110 outlets here. This is the controller for our awning, exterior awning. And then we've got 2 more 110 outlets. All right, so we have our marker light, and then we're gonna go back here to our Awning generator. So we've got the 5,500 watt Awning generator, and the exhaust for the generator is right there. More storage here, and again we've got our light. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. You'll see when I show you at the front door, you can keep all those lights on, and then I can turn them all off at the button at the front door. So I'm going to go ahead and turn them all on, plus you can see better. This is a nice big compartment. It even has a little pass-through space at the top of the compartment. So say you have something long like a folding table or maybe a paddle board, you can go ahead and slide that all the way through. All right, for our last compartment on the passenger side, another big compartment here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on our light. And this has some pass-through area too, not as wide as the last compartment, but still comes in handy. And then Newmar has given us some extra vinyl tiles basically for our floor if we ever have anything that damages that, which shouldn't because it's nice and thick. I'm going to go ahead and extend the awning. It's a power awning, and the button is right above in the cabinet, right above the doorway here. So just going to go ahead and hit the extend the awning all the way. So now that I've got my Dometic awning extended all the way out, I can go ahead and adjust it. If I don't want it all the way out, I can stop it at any point. I don't know why you wouldn't want it all the way out because I love the amount of shade that it gives you. But we also have LED lighting on it. So now I can adjust those lights just slightly by retracting the awning just a little bit, so I can pick where I want those lights to shine. So we've got our last marker light for the passenger side of the coach, and then we go back to our rear cap. Now, one of the things that I love about a Class A gas coach is that you can have this beautiful window. So typically your master bedroom is in the back of the coach, so you can open up that window in the morning and you can see the beautiful lake that you're backed up to, or maybe the mountains or the ocean. I love that feature. Then we've got our lights here. We've got our rear view camera up at the very top, and we've got our ladder. So this is going to allow us access to our roof. And then we've got our tow hitch, which is a 5,000-pound hitch. And we've got the 7-way for the lights for our tow vehicle. We've got our marker light for the driver's side of the coach. Now this is where we store our 50-amp shore power cord. And so we can just pull that right out. The thing that I like that Newmar does, they give us these rubber seals so that as we bring the cord out, we can thread it through there. That's going to keep all the critters out of our coach. Then we have our SureGuard transfer switch here. Again, we've got the lights in this compartment, and we've got that pass-through area. Another big storage compartment, again, with a little access to that pass-through area and lit as well. All right, another big storage compartment on the driver's side of the coach here. Again, look how big that is. Turn on that light. All right, we've got our big exhaust pipe there for our engine exhaust. And then we've got our wet bay compartment. So starting at the top here, we have our sensors for our black, gray, and freshwater tank. Over here to the side, we've got the on-off switch for our water pump. Then we have our external shower with hot and cold. Love that. We've got our filter here. That's going to be for our refrigerator that we'll install for you at National Indoor RV Centers before delivery. Then we've got our fresh water tank fill valve here and our sewage rinse. This is for the front black tank, and this is for the freshwater city connection here. So we can just connect that all up. And then we've got our low point drains in the back. And then this is the filter, water filter for the whole coach. All right, so this is where we can thread the water hose through this and then connect it to the freshwater city connection here and not have critters get in our coach. Note that this is all lined so that if it does get wet, it's not going to be a problem in here. All right, a little bit more of our wet bay extended here. This is where we're going to hook up our sewer hose, and then we've got the pull valves for the sewage holding tank and the gray tank here. So you can just hook your stinky slinky up here and then thread it through here, again keeping your coach free from bugs and critters that can get in. And if you want to see how I hook up everything, again, refer back to that RVing 101 video. Part 3 is where I get to a campground, hook everything up. Part 4, I unhook everything. And so you can see how I do that and some of my tips and tricks that I've learned the hard way along the way. I'll save you some learning lessons. Here we've got another storage compartment. So this is where you would winterize your coach. Now, one of the benefits to being a storage customer with National Indoor RV Centers, just so you know, we have at least storage for 300 coaches indoors at all of our facilities. When you're a storage customer with us at National Indoor RV Centers, you're always hooked up to 50 amp service, and we have valet service. So all you have to do, give us a call. If you'll give us 24 hours notice, we like that, because sometimes you're 5 coaches deep in our building. Our porters will take your coach out. They'll check your tire pressure, fill up your freshwater tank, and put you underneath one of our awnings or in our to-go area so that you just drive up, load your coach up with whatever you want to take, and then hit the road. When you come back, you just drop off. So just let us know if you need any repairs or servicing done while you're in storage. We'll take care of it while your coach is just sitting there, and then when you're ready to go again, so is your coach. All right, so we have another storage compartment. It's pretty small. Again though, you'll find something that needs to go in there, and you could actually call this a pass-through. Kind of tricky to get to, but if you have some long poles or different items, you may be able to put them in there. Now these are optional. We optioned this coach with extra batteries. So we've got the 4 extra batteries. Just pull out the pins here, and then you can go ahead and extend those for servicing or changing them out. All right, and then we've got our 25-gallon propane tank, and then just in front of that you can kind of see one of our hydraulic leveling jacks. So to finish off the driver's side, I just want to point out that we have our side cameras. So we have those on the passenger side and the driver's side, going to give you a full view of the side of your coach when you turn on your left or right blinkers. Also, when your slides are extended, you're going to see that you've got nice slide toppers to protect the top of those slides, keep debris, leaves, and everything from going into the coach when your slide is retracted. All right, so now that you've seen everything on the outside of the coach, let's head inside and I can show you my favorite part, the interior. As we head in though, I want to note that we've got these great grab handles. Super important, especially if you've got family with you that need to have that extra security. It's wonderful. And then check out these stairs. They almost come right to the bottom, so I'm not having to heave myself up into this coach. Let's go in and check it out. All right, as I walk into the Bay Star, a couple things I want to point out right away. First of all, we're going to have a light here in our stairwell, and that is our patio light. So that's going to light the light above the door outside and then illuminate the stairwell here to keep us safe. We also have a ceiling light, so I can just turn that on and off and kind of get my main runway lights here in the coach right as I enter or exit the coach. So I really like that. Then right down here, we've got a button. Now this is for your cargo bays. So when I was outside and I showed you that I left those cargo bay lights on in the on position, now I can come into the coach, I can hit the off button, turn them all off or turn them all on at this main switch, or I can do it in each individual compartment. But I like the, one switch does it all kind of thing. So I like to keep them on and then turn them on and off right here. Now we have a nice cabinet as we walk in too, that we have access from the kitchen and then from the front door. So kind of like that too, because maybe you'll want to keep some, dog leashes or things that you use outside often right here, because it's really easy to get to as you walk into the coach. And then to the right of me, we've got our fire extinguisher. So for the coach or for outside, easy to get to right inside the door. So just so you know where that is. So behind the fire extinguisher, we've got our propane gas alarm, and then we've got the booster for our over-the-air antenna. So if we want to be able to lock into more stations, we're going to want to go ahead and hit that booster on. If you're in the campground and you're trying to connect to the campground's cable, you want to go ahead and turn that off. Here's the first vent for our propane furnace as we walk in the door. All right, so let's check out what's behind this cabinet. Very important items here. So first of all, we have our display here to let us know the levels of our tank. So we have our freshwater tank, when full, that's 75-gallon tank. Our LP tank is 25-gallon, our gray tank is 60, and our black tank is 40. So you can just easily see that display there. Then we've got our Truma AquaGo. So this is super important. This is our on-demand continuous hot water. So we've got it in the off position right now. If we want to turn it on so that we have continuous hot water, we're just going to take it up to the flame there. If we want to have it in eco mode, we can put it up here, and then we're going to turn on the water. We'll have that delay. We won't have hot water on demand. So most of the time you're going to want to keep it there. It's going to continuously cycle that water from the tank to the faucet, and it will keep that nice and warm. Now this is more for winterization, and National Indoor RV Centers can add a sensor so that you make sure that your Truma never freezes. Then we've got the clean button. This is really just for servicing. You don't want to let kids play with this. You don't really want to hit it to clean unless you really mean, because it's going to go ahead and cycle 8 gallons of water when you take it to the clean mode. So if you need to clean, go ahead and do it, but just know you're going to be cycling 8 gallons of water. Then we've got our battery disconnect. So on and off, we can do that right as we come in or out of the coach. And this is our power step button. So each time I open the door, the steps are going to come out powered, which is really nice. But once I'm at the campground, I don't want that step to continue to go in and out every time I open the door. It's really annoying. You have to wait for it. You have to be patient. Plus, you just don't want it to be using that motor continuously when you don't need to. So you just go ahead and turn it, flip the switch so that the steps will remain out while you're at the campground. So here we have the slide out control for the full wall slide that's on the driver's side of the coach. So in to retract the slides, out to extend them. Then we've got our awning, extend and retract, and our awning lights on and off. Then I'm going to go ahead and go up here to my tank heat pads. Now that's an optional item that we've added to the coach. So you're going to go ahead and turn those on those cold nights. Not going to have to worry about your tanks freezing, your holding tank freezing. Then this is our inverter display here. So right now we are plugged in to 50 amp power. So it's going to show that we have 14 volts going to our batteries, and we have 65 amps to our batteries. This is the signal for our AC current. So our AC current is currently charging our batteries, and then it's passing current through to charge so that we can use the lights, and so that we'll have 110 power to any of our appliances. Okay, then here's our power control system. So this is going to let us know that we are plugged into 50 amp service, and that we have access to our water heater and our 2 ACs. If we were plugged into 30 amp, we may still have the water heater and 1 AC. If we're going down to 20 amp, we may have 1 AC lit up here. So it's going to shed the load as necessary, depending on what kind of power we have, what kind of power source we're using. All right, so over here we've got our Bose sound bar, and then we have our 32-inch Samsung TV. That's now this can also move down, which is pretty cool. So I'll demonstrate that once I get into the living room. So when you're driving, you're going to have the TV up. When you're using this for your living room TV, you can go ahead and bring that down, and I'll show you that in just a minute. All right, so here is our AV cabinet. So we've got our Wi-Fi Sky Pro LTE router. So what this is you can add a line to your cell plan, and then you can make your coach a hotspot, just like you would have at your house. And then we've got our Blu-ray DVD player here, and we've got our HDMI input so we can connect our receivers, and we've got our Winegard Traveler high definition satellite, again another option that we put on this Bay Star. So now to my favorite part of the coach. I can't wait to show you the floor plan of the 3124. So let's talk about a few of the things that we picked in this coach. This is the Harbor maple glazed cabinetry. So beautiful. You can see that they have the hidden hinges and nice solid wood cabinet doors. Newmar does a great job, and I'll kind of go through those in just a second. This is the sterling interior, so I think just a lovely, beautiful interior. You can notice the beautiful pillows, and then we've added a couple of our own just to give it a little pop. We also went ahead and optioned this with the sofa with the hide-a-bed, and another option that we added were these ottomans. I like the ottomans. Not only make it more comfortable when you're sitting in your living room, but you've got all that storage that they provide too. And then these nicely tuck in underneath the booth while you're traveling, so you still have your walkway and your path when you're traveling. So I like that. We also optioned in this wood look vinyl floor, which I think is lovely. And then you can just look at all the details, the beautiful lighting in the Bay Star, the valances, everything is just top notch. Like I said again, the backsplash, beautiful hardwood countertops. Newmar just does not know how to make a cheap coach. The Bay Star comes standard in 3 different interior packages. So you have the Seneca, Urban, and Sterling, which we are in. And you can choose from 3 different woods, the Calypso glazed maple, the Harbor glazed maple, which we have in this coach, and the Arctic glazed maple. So I turned the captain and the co-captain's chairs around so you can see that just makes the living room more inviting, makes it feel more like you're at home. And then I did want to point out that on the co-captain's chair, you do have a manual footrest. So You can get nice and comfy. So with this footrest, with the two footrest ottomans that we ordered, you can get very comfortable here in your living room. Now another option that we optioned in for the Bay Star here is this little folding table. So you can obviously use this for your drinks and such when you're going down the road. It's a little lever and that just pushes right back in there. Then you push that lever forward, pull this up, then you're just going to flip up this table, and then it just pushes forward and easily makes into a place where you could play cards, have dinner. Just another great option. So that's an optional item that you can add to your Bay Star if you want to do a custom order with National Indoor RV Centers. All right, so over here on the driver's side of the coach, we have this beautiful sofa with the hide-a-bed that I'll show you in just a second. Before I get there, I wanted to show you all the storage here above the sofa. So what I love, we've got the nice hinges on our doors, and then there are no bars to separate this space. So I have access to all of it. I can get more things in without dividers. So I really like that. And it's fairly deep. You might want to use some kind of storage containers, plastic containers to put things in, and then you can pull them out. But that's a nice amount of space there above the sofa. Then let's talk about some buttons that we have. So here we have our televator up and down button. So you're probably wondering where the TV is. Well, it's your overhead TV right here. Not super easy to watch like that, so I'm going to go ahead and push the televator button down. Look how nice and smooth that just comes down, so it's more eye level as what I can watch while I'm sitting here. So that's really nice. And then we've got our accent light button, our reading lights, and our ceiling lights. And then we also have the blackout shade, our night shade, and our day shade. And those are just manual, but nice and smooth. Another nice feature is we've got a little storage compartment here. And I also like that you've just got a spot for a drink or a book here to the side of the sofa. One of the things that I love about this 3124 floor plan is that it will comfortably sleep 6 people. So you can get 2 people here in your hide-a-bed, 2 smaller people in your booth, and then you've got 2 back in the master bedroom. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how this makes into a bed. I'm just going to remove the cushions. Then there's a small lever here to the side. I'm just going to push down and pull up. There you go. Easy as that. And you're ready to have guests over. Here we have the control for our 2 13.5 AC units with heat pumps. So we're going to go ahead and use those until we get to about 40 degrees. Once it drops below 40 degrees, you're going to want to use your furnace, which is powered by the propane. All right, so now let me show off this beautiful kitchen. First of all, look at the beautiful polished solid surface countertops. Lots of prep space there. They've given us the nice sink covers so that we can use that area for prep if we're not having to have access to the sink. And we've got the beautiful stainless steel double bowl sink with the residential faucet. And I love that. I can keep dirty dishes in one side of the sink, just cover them right up, still have access to the sink. And then underneath the cabinet here, we've got the button for our water pump, and then our under the cabinet lights, and we've got 2 110 outlets here. Check out this nice big cabinet we have above the sink. Adjustable shelves here. You can get a big Instapot in there. I like that. And then big cabinet below with access from the entry door to this cabinet as well. And then we've got the little flip cabinet so we can put our brushes and soap in there. Then one of the things that comes standard, again, standard on your entry-level coach is soft closed drawers. So even though this is a little drawer here, we have extra paint in case we get a little nick in our paint, but nice soft close drawers, which I just think is a huge feature. Then we've got our 3-burner cooktop here, gas cooktop, and beautiful residential look there. And also note the beautiful backsplash that we get here. Very residential looking here. We've optioned this in with the convection microwave oven. So, and then we've got a little spice store, actually not spice on this one. This could actually be used for like baking trays, cookie trays, muffin tins, stuff like that. It's actually a nice big space there. And then we've got our fantastic fan with the rain sensor, and I'll show you how that works in just a minute. But I first want to show you again more storage that we have here in the kitchen. Look at the size of those drawers. Nice and deep and full extension with the soft close feature. All right, so here's the control for your fantastic vent. So you can just turn it on here. Right now it's in manual mode, and everything on the left side of this panel is going to be manual. So I can go down, select the speed of the fan, and lock that in, or I can take it to auto mode, and everything's going to be on the right side here. So as I go down, I can set it for a temperature so that if the temperature in the coach goes above 75 degrees, this is going to automatically open the vent and start that fan to help control the temperature inside the coach. So you've got a rain sensor on this so that if it starts to rain, your vent will close. But if you want to turn that off so that it will stay open and override basically the sensor, you're just going to push and hold this button here until you see this red light come on. So now my rain sensor is off. And then to turn it back on, I just push and hold again. Now the rain sensor is back on. So we went ahead and optioned this Bay Star with the residential refrigerator and extra batteries. Look at the nice size refrigerator and freezer with ice maker. Gotta love that we have ice. Oh, that feels good on this warm Texas day. And then super important, we've got the lock here for the refrigerator and freezer. And that's very important because you don't want to be going down the road, have those doors fly open and have food fly all over your beautiful coach. All right, so now let's go over to the booth dinette. Love this. First of all, it's super comfy. Before I sit down and show you any more, I want to point out that we have the two 110 outlet here by the sofa and then one by the booth. And the booth gives us storage on both sides. So you just reach in and pull back. And then the booth is just really nice and comfortable. And check out that huge window that you get right here by your dinette. You get to see the beautiful offices at the Dallas location of National Indoor RV Centers. But I think your campground will have a much prettier view. So I love that you have that option there. Then we've got the switch here for the dinette lights. And then this is going to make into another bed for our guests. So let me show you how easily that works. All right, so let me show you how easy it is to make this in to another sleeping area. Then you're just going to move the lever here underneath the table. I'm going to lift that cushion up just a bit there so that it can get past. Whoops. Now I'm just going to push that table down to place, bring my cushions back in to their spot, and then we've got our extra cushion for the bed. We're just going to squeeze that right in. there you go, easy as that. All right, before we finish up the kitchen, you've got to see this great pantry. So we've got this pantry here with pull-out shelves, and those are adjustable as well, and then they just lock into place. So full extension, and we've got 5 of these, which is really nice, because then you can really pack it all the way to the back, and you're going to be easily able to get to these items back here as easy as they are to get to in the front. And then we've got another big storage pantry area here. I guess you could also use this for, you know, wardrobe space if you wanted to, but most likely I could probably fill that with food. Before we head into the bathroom, another vent for the furnace, and then light here for the hallway light, kind of by the dinette area. And now let's check out this bathroom. First of all, we have the pivot door. So this is really nice because when your slides are in, you're going to be able to easily open this door without, you know, hitting the door onto the slide while your slides are in. You got a full-length mirror there, which is nice. Then we've got our big shower, and you'll see that there's a magnet closure here. So I really like that, so you're not going to have water coming out onto your beautiful floor. And then this is a nice roomy shower, so I can easily, you know, wash my hair, do everything I need to do in here, and I'm not going to be touching the walls. And then we've got the skylight in here, which gives us a lot of height. We also have the shower head that we can hook up here or use the handheld, which I like to have those 2 options. Spot for your soap, just really nice, good size shower for the 31-foot coach. And then we've got our fantastic fan vent here and controls just like I showed you out there. We've got the water pump here, our ceiling lights, and our vanity lights. Now look at all the storage we have. Nice big storage compartment. I love the cute lights that we have in here. Solid surface countertop with a stainless steel bowl sink, residential faucets, 2 110 outlets. We've got a great little towel ring there for our towels, and a ring here for our toilet paper, Dometic toilet with pedal controls, and then nice amount of space there in the cabinet underneath the sink. More cabinet space above for storage. And then we've got our breaker box and our fuses for inside the coach. And Newmar is always great to give us extra fuses, and they give us a nice readout display of what fuses go to what things in the coach. So it's really easy to figure out where you're having your problem and replace that fuse. All right, finally some time for a little quiet time. You can escape to the master bedroom. You've got this nice privacy door, comes all the way across, locks into place. So you gotta love that. So after a long day at the kids, you can have some peaceful time alone. And you've got the TV you can watch here. And we've got our AV drawer here. So we have another Blu-ray DVD player by Sony. And we've got a 110 outlet underneath the TV here. And we've got our light switch for that area right there too. So it's kind of a nice decorative area too. Put some pictures of the family and the kids there. We've got the control for the bedroom slide out. So this is the full wall slide that's controlled by the front, at the front of the coach. And then this slide that's gonna come in will be controlled right here. We have our ceiling lights and our decorative lights, the accent lights. Then we've got our big king size bed. So lots of storage here in the bedroom. Check out all that storage underneath the bed. That's very easy to get to. You can lift it and you can close it with one hand too. We've got nightstands on both sides of the bed. A little spot for, we can put CPAP machines for those of you that use those. You can set them there. Another thing that Newmar's done is that they've given us an outlet up here in the storage compartment above the bed. So we have an outlet and we have a place where we can thread those cords right through the cabinet there. We also have controls for our reading lights on both sides of the bed, right underneath the cabinet there. Windows on each side, so you have that nice crosswind. If you're in a campground where it's nice and cool, want to open up your windows, you can do that. Check out the big window that you get in the master bedroom with this beautiful Class A gas coach. All right, I'm sure you're anxious to see how much wardrobe space that you get in the Bay Star. So nice deep wardrobe here and long. We also have an outlet here, which is nice. I know some customers that like to keep like a little handheld vac that they can plug in back there, keep it in their closet. So it's something that you can do with that, but a lot of space there. Then we've got 5 drawers. So nice drawers. Really big drawers here on the bottom. And again, those are all soft close as well. All right, so plenty of stuff for your food, your clothes. Ready to hit the road? I am. You may be wondering what this little button is. This is your thermistor for the rear or the master bedroom of the coach. So that will speak to the thermostat and make sure that we maintain a nice cool temperature in the coach. So I always like to show the coach with the slides in. That way you can see what your pathway would be like with the slides in. So you can get back to your bedroom. You could actually sleep on this bed with the slides in. You can get into your pantry. You can easily sit at your booth. And with that pivot door, you can easily get into the bathroom. So full access to the bathroom, to your refrigerator, lots of room here in the kitchen area, lay on the sofa, no problem, lots of space in this 3124 with the slides in. All right, so here in the dash of the Bay Star, again, we've got the new Ford V8 engine, 7.3 liter. So this whole area looks different, so I'm excited to show it all to you. But first thing we're gonna do is just cover the automatic leveling system. So our hydraulic leveling system. So I'm gonna go ahead and level the coach. I can do it here from this pad, or I can download the app to my phone and do it from my phone. So I'm just gonna go ahead, I've got the power on, I've got the ignition on, and I'm gonna hit auto level. So once you're level, you can go ahead and turn off the power on your leveling system, turn off your ignition, and you're good to go. When you're ready to leave the campground in a couple of days, just go ahead and hit retract all, and those jacks will come right up. All right, so then we've got the cup holder. We've got a USB outlet here, 2 of them. And then just down below this, we have the release for the front cap. And then we've got our parking brake, so you just push that down to engage it and pull it up to release it. All right, so let's go over everything on this panel here. First of all, we have the defrost button for our exterior mirrors and the control so that we can fix those mirrors so they're perfect for us, left and right. That's the upper part of the mirror. We have our hazards. This is our traction control. We're gonna always wanna keep that on unless we're in sand or something where we needed some extra traction. You're just gonna always keep that in auto. Now this is for our light control. So we're gonna go ahead, this would be the lights are off. Then we've got our parking and marker lights on here, our headlights on here, and this is just our automatic lights. So I'd like to keep it there, you don't have to worry about it. And then these are gonna be the controls for the dash. So I can dim the instrument panel here on the dash, or I can take it as bright as I can get it, which is what I want to do. And that whole dash looks different, so I love it. Then we've got our battery boost button. The battery boost button is super important because if you come back and you can't get your coach to start, what you're gonna wanna do is hit this button and hold it so that you can tie together your house batteries with your chassis batteries, get enough power to then start your generator, let your generator run just a little while, and then go ahead and try your ignition again. Hopefully that will give you enough power to start your ignition and you're good to go. So super important button. Yep, we have our dome lights, which are just the overhead lights here in the cockpit. And then we have our overhead fans. And we've got high and low. In the middle is off, and then high. These are the fans up in our windshield. So we have this huge windshield. If we need to defrost that, we're gonna want to be able to do that easily. So we may wanna put that on high. Not as cold of a morning, maybe on low, but those are really nice to have. So then we've got our auxiliary heater. So when you turn this on, it's gonna go ahead and use the heat coming off the engine to send heat through the furnace. So I can hit that and you can hear that fan coming on in the back bedroom. All right, let's go over everything here at the steering column. First of all, we have the lever right here that you just pull down, and then you can adjust the steering column to the position that you prefer. I like to have it down that I can see the full dash, but if you're taller, you may like to have that up. So you can just make that perfect for you. Then let's go everything here on the column itself. All right, so then we've got the controls here. So we can do our turn signals, obviously up and down. And then we've got our windshield wiper control here. Push it in, we'll have the fluid. And then we can just push it forward if we want to turn on our brights and leave them on, or we can push it back and just flash our brights there. Super easy. All right, so let's go over all the information that's here at the dash. So first of all, this button here is going to give me information here that I will display on the screen. So I'm at the main menu and I'm going to hit trip 1, and it's going to walk me through information from my trip. First trip was 12 hours and 20 minutes. I have 590 miles to empty. Temperature outside is 96, and it's every bit of 96. So you can kind of scroll through that information. Then you can go back to trip 2. And I want to go ahead and reset that. I would just hold that. Hold to reset. And there we are. So we can start a new trip. I think we're all ready to do that, right? Then we're going to scroll down fuel economy. So it will let me know my fuel economy, 7 miles per gallon, 590 miles to empty. We're going to go back. Driver assist. So I can program range, engine hours, voltmeter, maintenance monitor. So it's going to give me information there. And then I'm going to go back to my settings. So here I can do my vehicle, the lighting, the auto lamp delay. So that way when I keep that on, once I leave the coach, the lamp will automatically come off if I keep that on. And so it's off right now, or I can have it go off in 10 seconds after I leave the coach. 20 seconds. So you can customize that. Wiper controls, courtesy wipe, so one extra wipe after you turn them off. You can turn that on or off. Display settings, so you can go ahead and do temperature. Do you want Fahrenheit or Celsius? Language, units, miles or kilometers. Again, just customizing the information that you're getting on your screen here, and you can scroll through the different settings there. So this is going to be for your cruise control, your on and your off, your set, and then you can incrementally push that up, your resume and your cancel. And you're going to have your horn. All right, so we've got our gear shift here, so park, reverse, neutral, drive, etc. And then we can upshift or downshift. So if we want to downshift, where we're going up a steep hill to get some extra RPMs to go up that hill, we would do that right here. So then we have the tow haul mode here, and you can just push that in to get into that, and that's going to reduce the frequency of gear hunting, especially when you're going up or down a hill. And we've got a little cubby here for miscellaneous items. Your cell phone, if it's real small, mine won't fit there. All right, so we've got our generator start and stop button here. So that's nice to have at the dash, so that if I want to go ahead and start my generator while I'm going down the road, so I can turn on my back ACs to keep my guests comfortable, I can do that right there. Then my shade, that's going to take my front shade up and down. And then my 12-volt receptacle here. So then we've got our rear view camera, which is colored. It's hard to tell inside the building here, but you can see that colored banner back there. And I can also has audio, so I can turn up that audio so I can hear my person that's giving me directions outside. All right, so this is giving us our hitch view, and then I can change views too to my side cameras, which we can't see much right now because my slides are out, but you can see that it is a nice colored camera, and I'll be able to show you this hopefully better while we're doing our test drive. Then we've got our radio system here. So we're gonna go to our menu. We've got our radio, our DVD player, our USB input, our XM radio. That's an option we've added to this coach. We can Bluetooth in our phone here. We've got our auxiliary inputs here, so you would put those in right there. Our iPod, our nav system. Go ahead, and then we can go ahead and put in our address, destination, and then our settings, so we can customize our screen. So if you just want to quickly go to your navigation, you can just hit that button there, which is really nice. And then we've got our nav card, which will go in right here. So if you need to update, that's where you would get that card from, and then our auxiliary inputs here. And then below here we have controls for our heating and air conditioning, and then we can direct where we want that flow, defrost, and then recirculating our air. And again, right below here we have the optional folding table. So we've got nice drink holders here, or we can bring that up once the chairs are turned around and have a nice little place to eat. So in the Bay Star, in the first 2021 models, we were using flex steel furniture throughout the coach. Flex steel is no longer making furniture for RVs or for motorhomes. So Williamsburg will be the furniture the manufacturer will be making the furniture for the rest of the Bay Star line. So I don't want you to think they're cutting any corners. Williamsburg is the same manufacturer that makes the furniture for the 2021 King Air. So again, they don't make cheap coach at Newmar. All right, so here in the co-captain's chair, a couple things I want to point out. We've got two levers here. This one in the rear is going to allow us to go forward and backwards in the chair really easily. And then this one will allow us to turn the chair once we want to, we're parked and we want to have the living room, the chair that direction. Then we've got our nice little spot here. We've got our workstation, which I like. It's totally out of the way. And so co-captain can sit here with their iPad, their book, crossword, whatever, really nice, and enjoy the view while they're going down the road. Cup holder here, and then check out that nice big window. How great is that? So great view as you're going down the road. We also have the light control for just above me here, and two USB inputs and one 110 input, and then a 12-volt receptacle. All right, so I'm super excited to take the Bay Star out for a test drive because this is my first time getting to drive with the new V8 engine, and I've heard lots of things, so I'm very excited to try it out. You shouldn't be afraid to come and drive a Class 8 gas coach. I want to say diesel, it's gas. First of all, your tires are out in front of you, just like they are when you drive your car, so it's really no different. It's just getting a feeling for how wide the coach is and how long the coach is. Always hug the left side of the lane that you're in because everything bad happens on the right. I'll kind of talk about that more while we're driving. But really, come out to National Indoor RV Centers. If you've never driven a Class A coach before, we'll take you to a park or somewhere quiet that you can try to drive and eliminate those fears. And then if you're comfortable, we'll take you out on the road. So anyway, come and drive it. You have to drive it to really know what it feels like, and you'll be ready to start your RVing. All right, so let's go ahead and get ready to go. I'm just gonna pull out to the corner here, and I'm gonna turn on my right blinker. When I do that, you can see down the full side of my coach. Lets me know that I'm safe, obviously there, but I can also watch my rear tires, make sure I don't hit the curb. So I think that's what a lot of people are nervous about when they're first driving. The great thing about a coach is that just take your time, go slow. You're going to be able to see yourself getting close to that curb, stop and correct yourself. You're going to be fine. The mirrors are your saving grace. I mean, the camera's great. I like that rear view mirror. And when I put my blinkers on, I can see down the sides of the coach. But really, 95% of the time, all I'm using is my mirrors, and you check them often. You're always looking for things around you. Like I said, you want to hug the left side of the lane that you're driving in. Don't always drive in the left side of the lane. You get people really mad at you. Or people that are wanting to race around you because they think that you're blocking traffic and you're really not. But most bad things happen on the right side of the coach. Street signs, road debris, you name it. Tree limbs. Tree limbs can be very expensive. That's what I call them. Just expensive trees. So something that you really want to watch out for because you want to protect the paint on your gorgeous coach. We're going to drive for a little while here with this V8 because I want to get up to speed and then kind of do my decibel reader so you can see how the noise level in this coach. Of course, it's going to be a little bit higher because we're in a gas coach. The engines in the front. But so far, I'm super impressed. It handles really nicely. Some of the safety features that you have in this coach are you have the electronic stability control. So you're not going to feel that roll. It's going to automatically brake for you if it needs to adjust if it feels like the coach is out of control. With the new chassis, there's less of that coach roll when you go around corners and such. It just feels a lot more stable. So you've got front and rear stabilizer bars and front and rear sack shocks. So again, this is handling really nice. It's not a rough ride at all. I've been watching. We just went over a bump there. Took it pretty gently. I was impressed. So this is a great thing about RVing. Your trip starts as soon as you get behind the wheel because you've got this huge windshield in front of you that you get to see our beautiful country through. You have the whole family with you, or as much of the family as you want with you. But this is really where you create memories and have a great time touring the country, being safe in your own home, in your own bed. You don't have to go through airports. You don't have to sleep in hotels. That's the beauty of RVing. Set my cruise control. I'm at 63 miles per hour. I'm going to go ahead and do my decibel reader, and it is at 66.3. So, folks, this is with a front engine. I've got the generator running, and I've got the dash AC on lightly. So I am super impressed with that. And I also love the cruise control. I can just hit the up arrow or the down arrow, and it will just slow me down in little increments. So I can literally take my foot off the accelerator and just enjoy the ride. And I'm telling you, as I've entered and exited the freeway here, I was on a little bit of an overpass with a turn on it. I didn't feel any sway to this coach, so I was really, really impressed. Very excited about this new Ford chassis. Like I said, there's only one way for you to experience this, and that's to come to National Indoor RV Centers. Take one for a test drive. We know when you're spending this much money, we want to make sure you're in the right coach. We want to make sure you get exactly what you want and that you're going to be happy. So come and see us. Also, just want to put a little plug in there for our AIM Club, which is our all-inclusive motorhome club. Something that we love to spend time with our customers. We really do feel like we are part of a family at National Indoor RV Centers, and we started a club that's called the All-Inclusive Motorhome Club. So all you have to have is a motorhome with a motor in it. To join, when you buy from National Indoor RV Centers, we pay for your first year's dues. Anyway, we love to have that time with our customers where we get to know you. You're going to learn a lot, you're going to eat a lot, you're going to drink a lot, dance, party, have fun, have a great time. So come and see us. Come take one of these for a drive. There's no way to experience other than driving it. We'd love to have you come and visit us at National Indoor RV Centers. So I hope you've enjoyed the tour of the 2021 Newmar Bay Star as much as I have. I'm sure you're wondering what it would cost for your family to get into this gorgeous coach so you can start making your own memories together, see this beautiful country. Well, MSRP is $173,249. If you want to know how much I can sell you this coach for, give me a call, 469-277-1120. If I don't answer, please leave me a message. I may be doing a video or working with a customer just like yourself. So love to get your message, love to hear your comments from the videos. You can also visit our website, which is NIRVC.com, and can see all the coaches we have, including this gorgeous coach, and we will find one that works for your budget. We want to do it whatever we can to make it easy for you to get into an RV. We do financing, we take in trades, we do consignments, so really give us a call. It's as easy as that, and we will do the work from there, get you into an RV, and you're going to love it. Now remember this, with National Indoor RV Centers, volume and economies of scale, RVs simply cost less. A few little reminders before I sign off here. Make sure you check out my RVing 101 video. If you're new to RVing, you're gonna find a lot of tips and tricks that I give you there. Also check out our retro band, front tire, spare within your tire, our AIM Club, which is our all-inclusive motorhome club. Come and hang out with us. And then my collision repair video. In case you have an RV and you have a little fender bender, the only people you want taking care of your RV is National Indoor RV Centers. Thank you so much for watching our video, and make sure you hit the like and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos just like this.